This is Marshall King, reading for Project STEM. So let's see what happens if we actually change some of the other pieces on the screen here. So one of the things you'll notice is every command in Java ends in a semicolon. It's actually how Java knows that one command is stopped and the next one is started. So if we delete the semicolon and we go to compile, notice here we no longer get our happy little message. Now we get an error. Error means I can't run your code, I can't compile it, and it's because Java doesn't understand what you told it to do. Now in this situation, we get a nice error. It actually tells us semicolon expected, and it points to where it thinks the semicolon should go. So if we put the semicolon back and recompile, everything's happy. Now, not all the error messages you're going to get are that clear. So let's see what happens if I erase one of the quotation marks here, and just for good measure, let's get rid of all of them. The first thing you'll notice is, welcome to AP Computer Science, changed colors. The color change shows that Java sees these words differently now. So Java thinks that these are commands that we've typed in. So when I go to compile, now we get a whole ton of error messages. It's expecting a parentheses, a semicolon. It's telling us for this one, a computer is not a statement, and then another semicolon expected. So that one little tiny change actually created a huge number of errors. And unfortunately, none of the errors tell us, hey, silly, you're missing a quotation mark. So that's one of the problems you'll hit this year. Sometimes your error messages are not always going to match what you see on the screen. So your job as programmer is to look for certain patterns. One of the things that's kind of a gotcha with the print is if we forget these quotation marks, we get all those silly error messages. So now when we recompile, everything's fine. Now the process we went through of finding errors is also called debugging. And there's an interesting story about where the first computer bug came from. So there's a link in the course online, if you're interested, where you can follow that story.